Hi guys, I'm just gonna open this up so people can kind of get a few minutes to get seated and get started. So just find a comfortable spot on your mat and we'll hang out for a little bit until everyone's can jump on the video. But hopefully this gives you a little break in the middle of your workday. So you can come and just hang out on your mat, close your eyes, settle in, breathe, and I'm just gonna leave this open here for a couple minutes while people can log in, kind of put their work stuff to the side and just take a little breather to get yourself in the yoga zone. So we'll just hang out here for a couple minutes and I'll talk you through it when we're getting started. Just gotta get anything out of the way that the cat can knock over. All right. Hi guys, thanks for jumping in. So just relax, hang out on your mat for a little bit and I'll start you off in a minute. So today we're gonna do a bit more of an intermediate power flow. So it helps if you do know some of the names of the poses, but I'll do my best to kind of talk you through it. So you can always look at the camera if you're not sure what a pose is. But the goal is to just take 30 minutes and do a little power flow to give you enough energy to get through the rest of the day. So it's getting close to that time, so just come on down to your mat, sit comfortable, close your eyes, and just breathe a little bit. Try to feel your shoulders relax and fall down away from your ears with every exhale. Relax the space between your eyebrows. Relax your jaw. Good. Every time you inhale, feel your lungs and your belly expand. So before we get moving, just try to take one super deep inhale and exhale, the biggest one you've had all day. Take it in through your nose and then out through your mouth. Good. Wiggle it out a little bit. You can have a little bit of movement with your head and neck, your shoulders. And then we're going to start right away. We're going to roll on over to our hands and knees. So once you get on your hands and knees, just kind of rock back and forth, hinging back and forth a little bit, warming up your wrists. Maybe even adding a few little circles. One way and then the other way. All right, find a little stillness here and then we'll warm up our back with some cat-cow. So you're gonna bring your gaze up as you inhale, chest comes through, and then you're gonna start to tuck your tailbone around your upper back and tuck your chin. And then follow through like that with your own breath. You're arching on your inhale, bringing your chest through your shoulders, and then starting to tuck at your tailbone, rounding through your spine. And a few more like that, in and out. One more inhale and exhale. And then back to the center, and you're going to do some little side bends. So you're going to look over your left shoulder, like you're trying to touch your left hip and your left shoulder, and then switch to the other side. Back and forth like that. The cat found the thing I was trying to hide. All right, one more time each side. So now there's 150 matches on the kitchen floor. Good, back to the center. All right, walk your hands forward a little bit, spread your fingers, and you're gonna lift your hips up, down dog. You can pedal it out a little bit, loosen up your legs. And a little stillness in your down down dog, press away with both hands, and we're gonna float forward into our plank. So shoulders over the wrist, hold everything nice and tight. Hold it there for 2 more breaths. And then knees up or down, you're gonna slowly lower your chest all the way to the floor. Good, roll your shoulders back. We're gonna find cobra, a little back bend here, open your heart up. And then roll down and we'll press all the way back up to down dog. We're gonna flow through that 2 more times. So you're coming forward into your plank. Feeling nice and strong here, and get your core on, your legs and your glutes. Knees up or down, and try to lower your whole body slowly to the floor. Roll your shoulders back, open your heart up, no pinching in your low back, find a back bend, and then roll down. You can press up through your knees. We're gonna all come to down dog. And we're gonna go through that 1 more time. Come forward in your plank. Shoulders should be getting warmed up now. Knees up or down, and start to lower your whole body as slow as you can. Find a little back bend, roll your shoulders back, open your chest up, legs are strong, and roll down. And down dog. Coming forward into your plank. Slowly bring your knees down and just come to kneeling, sitting on your heels. So you can take a peek at the camera. I'm just going to demo one thing here. So a lot during this practice, we're going to be bringing our leg up to a lunge from down dog. So it could be like this with 1 step right forward, but if you find that's tough, there's a couple little options. You can step it forward as much as you can and then grab it with your hand and bring it the rest of the way up. Or if that doesn't work, you can bring your knees down and then step it forward and reset in your lunge. Just a couple options so that you can get your leg up to the top. So from kneeling where we're all at here, you're going to dive your hands forward, come into your down dog. And we're going to try that out. We're going to lift our right leg up nice and high. And whatever of those options works for you, you're going to step that right foot up to meet your right thumb, so you're in a lunge. Awesome. We're going to bring that back knee down, untuck the toe, squeeze your inner thighs together so your legs are nice and strong, and then you're going to reach your arms up overhead. We're going to open up our heart here by bending at our elbows. Lift your chest up and feel like you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. And then reach them back up towards the ceiling. Good. Lower your hands down. Lift the back knee up. All right, you're going to squeeze your legs together and bring your arms up. So you're in a high lunge now. Good, don't forget to breathe. And we're going to plant this back heel down and straighten both legs. So our hips are staying square, legs are straight. We're going to reach our arms forward and start to fold. Try to keep your back long as possible, and then you can fold and let your hands come to the floor. This is called pyramid pose. Good, feel a big stretch. Keep pulling that right hip back so your hips are square. And then we're going to press off that back foot and come to forward fold at the front of your mat. Halfway lift. And then fold. Generously bend your knees and roll all the way up. Arms come up overhead. And then we're going to dive forward, hinging at the hips. Halfway lift. And fold. Plant your hands. You're going to step or hop back into your plank. Knees up or down, we're gonna low halfway or all the way. Find a little back bend, and then down dog. So to get that on the other side, you're gonna lift your left leg up, bend it at the knee, and step it forward to your left thumb. Give you a little second, everyone can get there. So try to make your body long, like you're pulling forward from the crown of your head and sending your heel back. Let's drop the back knee, untuck the toes, raise your arms up. And then we're gonna open the chest, bend at the elbows, and take your gaze up. Feel like you're pinching your shoulder blades together. And then reach your hands towards the ceiling. Good, float your hands down. Untuck your toes, bring the back knee up. Find your balance here, see if you can hover your fingertips and then bring them up overhead. So we're gonna plant that back heel down so you can kind of spring up, straighten both legs, and we're gonna start to hinge forward. So keep pulling that left hip back. Try to keep yourself nice and long first. Feel the stretch of your back of your leg, and then you can fold. If your legs are a little tight, this is a pose when you can use some blocks underneath your hands. And then you can have a generous bend, a little bend in both knees, and then just hop forward into a forward fold. And let's roll all the way up to the top. Arms are coming up overhead as you roll up. And fold. Halfway lift. And fold. Step or hop back to your plank. And you can lower halfway or all the way. Up dog to or cobra. And then down dog. Now we're going to add a little extra here. Lift your right leg up. Bend it at the knee, and you're going to try to tap your knee to your nose. So you're shifting your weight forward, crunching everything in, and then send the leg back up. Let's try that again. Bringing your knee forward, trying to touch your knee, and then send it back up. And then we're back to where we were before. Let's step that right foot forward to our right thumb. Find your lunge. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes, bring your arms up, and open your chest. Drop your elbows, bring your shoulder blades together, and reach your arms back up towards the ceiling. Float your fingertips down, lift that back knee, you're on your toes. Find your balance and bring both arms up towards the ceiling, high lunge. We're going to plant that back heel, straighten both legs. We're facing the front. Start to hinge forward. Keep both legs strong. You want to feel a stretch in the back of that front leg. And then fold. You can let your fingertips come towards the floor. Good, you can have a bend in both legs, step your feet together, fold. And let's roll all the way up to standing. Pressing away from the floor as you use your legs to come up. Arms overhead, and fold. Halfway lift. And fold. Plant your hands, step or hop back to your plank. We'll go through a vinyasa, lower, halfway or all the way. Find a back bend, up dog or cobra, and down dog. We're going to get that going on the other side, so your left leg lifts up. Bend it at the knee and see if you can tap knee to nose. Shift your weight forward, press away from the floor, and then send it back. Try that again. Shifting your weight forward, knee to nose, and leg goes back. Now we're just going to step that left leg up towards our left thumb. Drop that back knee, untuck the toes, lift your arms up. Open your heart, bring your elbows back and down, chest to lift. And reach your arms back towards the ceiling. And bring your fingertips to the floor. Tuck those toes, lift the back knee, find your balance, squeeze everything together, and reach everything up. Good. Once you're steady in your lunge, you're going to plant that back heel down, straighten both legs, peel the left hip back, hinge from your hips as you reach forward, both legs are strong, and then you can fold. Good, you're going to bounce off that back leg, forward fold at the front. And generously bend your knees, belly to your thighs, and roll all the way up to standing. You can kind of shimmy or sway. And we're going to bring our arms all the way up. And fold. You can tell I have a small house. I just bashed my light. Halfway lift. And fold. Plant your hands, step back to your plank. Knees up or down. You can lower halfway or all the way. A little back bend. And downward dog. All right, we're going to switch up our flow a little bit. Lift that right leg up. Step it forward towards the right thumb for a lunge. All right, here's where it changes. We're going to plant that back heel down, opening our hips up, and windmill our hands up, so we're in a warrior two. So front toes are pointing forward, hands reaching forward and back. You can look over your front hand. Let's find side angle. So you're going to bring that front arm down and reach the top arm up and over, so you're making a big long line with your body. And we're going to reverse the warrior. So you come up through warrior two, flip that front palm and lift it up and back. Keep that bend in that front leg. And then back to warrior two. Now you're going to straighten both legs. We'll find triangle. So you're going to reach forward, send your hips back, and come down into triangle. You can rest your hand on the floor or your leg. Hello. All right, so you're going to reach up with that top hand and keep your legs straight and reverse your triangle. So the right hand is coming up and back. Stretch it out the other side. And use your core to come back to your warrior two. Bending that front leg. All right, so you can hold your warrior two here. Try to sink a little deeper. If you want to add in a little balance, you can try half moon. So you're going to bring your right hand and you're going to bring it forward in front of that right foot a little to the right and lift the back leg up. Or you can stay in warrior two. We're just going to pop here for a quick second. If you're in your half moon, you have a controlled bend with that front leg and step back. We'll meet everyone in our warrior two. Getting out of breath from talking. All right, from here, we're going to cartwheel our hands, pivot on the back foot, and you'll find yourself in a lunge facing the front. And for a cool little transition, we're going to find ourselves in a side plank on the left side. So you're going to plant your hands down, your left hand strong under your shoulder. You're pivoting on that back foot and stepping the right foot to stack on top. Reach your right hand up towards the ceiling. Just hold here for a few more breaths. Feel your body shake. One more second. And then look at your mat. Come to your plank. Bring your knees down. Lower your body all the way to the floor. And find a little cobra. So you're going to open your heart up, peel your shoulders back, and roll down. Press up through your knees and up to your down dog. Just going to hold here for a couple breaths. Now we're going to get that on the other side. So your left foot's lifted up, and you're going to step it forward for a lunge on the other side. Plant that back heel, and we're going to windmill our arms up. Warrior two on the other side. Dropping that front arm, you're going to come to side angle, reaching that right arm up and over your head. And then up through warrior two. Flip your front palm and reach it up and back. And coming back through to warrior two. Straighten both legs. Start to reach forward, sending your hips back. And open your chest up to the side. Find triangle pose. Good, so reach up with that top arm. Keep both legs straight, and we're going to reverse the triangle. The left hand is now reaching up towards the ceiling. And back to warrior two. You're bending that front leg. So remember, you can stay here in warrior two, or you can try popping in a little half moon. So that front arm, you're going to reach it forward, fingertips to the floor, and pick up that back leg. Opening your gaze up to the side, maybe even towards that top hand. And then you're going to bend that front leg, and we'll meet everyone back in warrior two. We're going to cartwheel our hands down, pivot on that back foot, so you're going to lunge facing the front once more. So you're going to plant that right hand down so it's nice and strong under your shoulder. And you're going to step your left foot back and stack your feet. Lift your left arm up towards the ceiling, a little side plank. Feel it all shaking. 3 more seconds. And then look at your mat and come forward into your plank. Knees up or down, and we'll go through a little vinyasa where you lower, find a back bend, and we'll meet in down dog. From your down dog, take a bunch of tiny little steps until you're at a forward fold at the front of your mat. Generous bend in your knees, tuck your chin near your chest, and roll all the way up to standing. Head comes up last, roll your shoulders back, arms come up. And dive forward and fold. So we're going to do that same flow, but we're going to flow through it a little bit. Halfway lift. And fold. Plant your hands, step or walk back to your plank. Vinyasa. We'll all meet in down dog. So you're going through your back bend, finding your down dog. Lifting our right leg up. Stepping it forward to the right thumb. Plant the back heel. Windmill your arms up to your warrior two. Last little flow. Bring that right arm down to your thigh. Reach the top arm up and over. And then reverse the warrior. Flip the front palm, bring it up and back. Come back to your warrior two, a little transition, straighten your legs. Reach forward and drop down. It's a little faster this time. Strong core as you reach up through that top hand. Keep the legs straight and reverse your triangle, reaching up with the right hand now. And back to your warrior two. You can hold here in your warrior two. We'll end up back here, or you can try popping up into that half moon, where you reach the right fingertips down to the floor and lift your left leg up. We're going to step that foot back. We'll meet everybody in our warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down, pivot on the back foot, you're in a lunge. Body's warmed up now. Make sure you plant that left hand nice and strong. You're going to pivot on the back foot, stack your feet, and come into a side plank. Look down at your mat. Come back to your plank. Knees up or down. We're going to flow through a little vinyasa. Find yourself a little back bend. We'll all meet in down dog. Now let's get that on the other side, and then you're almost done. Left leg lifts up. Step it forward. Lunge on this side. Planting that back heel down, legs are strong. Bring your arms up, warrior two. Side angle pose, so that front elbow comes down. Reach your top arm up and over. Press away from the ground with your legs. Reverse your warrior, reaching the left arm up towards the ceiling as you lean back. And then come forward to your warrior two. Straighten your legs. Reach your arms forward and triangle on this side. Reach up with that top arm. Use your core to bring your body up. Left arm now reaches up towards the ceiling. Long in the side body. And then back to warrior two. Hold here or find yourself in that little half moon balance. So you're reaching forward to the top left corner of your mat and picking up that back leg, opening up your body to the side. A bend in that front leg will bring you back to your warrior two. Meet everyone here. And then you're going to do that cartwheel. So you're going to bring your arms down, pivot on that back foot so the heel's up towards the ceiling. We're going to get that right arm planted nice and strong. You're stepping the left leg back. As you come to the side of that back foot, stack your feet, find a little side plank, a big side plank. 2 breaths here. Look down at your mat, come to your plank. Last little push, let's try chaturanga in our vinyasa. So you're going to lower just halfway, flip on your toes, find your back bend, and we'll meet in down dog, last one. Generous bend in your knees, walk your hands back towards your feet this time. So you're at the back of your mat in a forward fold, soft in the knees and the hips. And we're gonna roll on up, one vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last. Roll your shoulders back. And sweep your arms up towards the ceiling. And then you're gonna roll your wrists in circles as you fan your arms down the sides. You can start to collect your breathing here a little bit. Fan your arms, big wide circle up. And roll your wrists down the opposite direction as you bring your arms down. Sweep your arms up. We're going to find the balance on our left leg, and we're going to pick our right knee up and just hug it into our chest for a little stretch. And we're going to step it forward a little bit. We're going to pick the left knee up, hug it into your chest. We're just walking it out. Woo. Step that foot forward a little bit once more. Pick up your right knee, loosening it up. Step forward with your other foot. Other side, got to even it out. And then place it back down. Sweep your arms up. And dive forward. We're going to let our hands come to the floor. We're stepping our feet back to a plank. Just a little transition. Press your hips right back up, down dog. Big stretch for the shoulders. Have a bend in your knees. Walk your hands back. So you're going to forward fold at the back of your mat once more. Couple little stretches. Super bend your right knee. Lift your left arm up towards the ceiling. Gentle twist on the spine. And fold. Do that on the other side. And fold. Let yourself roll on up to standing nice and slow. We're going to do that walk once more, switch it up a little bit. This time we're going to pick up our leg behind us, so our heels towards our bum. Squeeze your glutes, try to feel a stretch at the front of that leg. And then step forward a little bit, find your balance, pick it up on the other side. Try to keep your knees hugging into the midline of your body. One more time each side. Pick up our left foot. And set it back down. Give your body a little wiggle, a little pat on your back. You finished a half hour of a power flow, so hopefully now you can, if you've got the energy, you can maybe add in some more stretches or another little workout, or hopefully you cultivated a bit more spunk to finish off the rest of your day in good fashion. So thank you guys for practicing with me. It's so fun to have you guys join along. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste. Bye guys.